Alright, welcome back to the North Lord Joy's Guide to Souling Wargaz. That guy over there as a pure arcane archer. You don't have to be pure, but we are here. Stat wise, we've got 10 strength, we've got 20 dex, that's from 17, that's the Ethelheron and ASI, 16 con, 17 int from the headband, and then 14 wisdom and 8 charisma. Feat wise, we've of course got sharpshooter and a dex ASI. Gear, headband of intellect, just for the spell save DCs. We've got luminous armor while we've got Morning Lord's Radiance, so we can essentially buff our. We can basically it's buffing our AC on any targets that are within the shockwave of our attacks. We've got Wondrous Gloves for buff the AC again. There is damage options here. You could go. I've sold them, but you could go Gloves of Archery for the extra 2 damage. You could go Gloves of Archery. You could go Gloves of Dex, and then that would. In terms of your attack roll, be the same as 20. Then you could potentially redistribute some stats if you wanted to. I'm going to be swapping these out immediately in Act 2 anyway, so I'm not too bothered about them. Disintegrate Nightwalkers just to have a Misty Step on hand, because we don't want to. We especially don't want to be next to Wargaz. We want to use these to be able to reposition on a whim. We do have some 1 Misty Step scroll and a Dimension Door as a backup as well. Pair up the Wound Closure, because it's just so nice just to maximize all healing. Makes them very reliable, makes you allowed to be very efficient with your potions as well. You don't have to gamble, you can guarantee. We like if you can remove this removes a dice roll. If you can remove a dice roll from the game, do it. It's really nice. Ring of Protection, obviously for the armor class and saving throws, and then we've got the Whispering Promise with the attack rolls and saving throws. And weapon wise, you've got the Knife of Undermountain King, nice melee weapon as well if you need to, but also generally speaking, we're going for the crit reduction to crit on a 19 and have advantage on attack rolls against lightly or heavily obscure targets. So it's gonna really because this works now. It's got changed. Shadowblade does in fact work. It got fixed in patch 8, which is really good. So this knife is much better than it was. I would argue that the Shadowblade is probably better than the crit reduction, at least on its own. And then we've got 2 +1 hand crossbows, because that's the best we can get right now. And we've got the Adamantine Shield for the anti-crit. The rest is nice, but we primarily just want the anti-crit. Elixir-wise, I'm going Colossus. You could go Viciousness and get your crit threshold from 19 to 18. That would be really nice. You could go Bloodlust in case you were going to kill any of these with a many targets. We are going to crit it, so that is possible. So we might do that. I'm going to sit here and have a little think about if I'm going to go with Viciousness, with Colossus or Bloodlust. And I'll clarify that prior to the fight starting as well. Yeah, we've got Bliss, Flaws, and Radiance, just to keep you guys informed. Yeah, so general premise of this fight is I'm gonna focus on Wargaz, because I can't surprise him, but I can surprise these guys. They don't have alert or anything like that, so we want to get as much damage into him as possibly can. I don't really have an insane strategy for this guy. The longer the fight goes on, the more at risk you are. You want to just kill him as fast as you possibly can. Bit scared at this moment in time. I'm also something you can do as well, which is an option anyway, I'll say that, is you can pop a Vigilance, get first priority in the turn order, and then switch to something like Bloodlust or Colossus or Viciousness, stuff like that. So just something for you guys to think about anyway. Anyway, let's get on with the fight.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
And that is Wargaz. Can be a bit of a scary fight, but got good rolls there, so that was kind of nice. Yeah, if you like that guide, check out the other guides on the YouTube channel. Check out the Twitch and the YouTube live stream. And there's also the Discord link in the description alongside the definitive solo guide, which is a work in progress written guide that's been written up by the other Not Lord Enjoyer, who I really recommend you go check it out. Even if you're not into written guides, it's a handy piece of information to have. Just the sheer amount of it is pretty immense. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.